Brian. Hey, Brian, you got me? Hey, you like appreciate it, Brian. Looks good on YouTube. I'll catch you later. Oh, by the way, starting next week after next week's race, I think we were going to take like a 2 week break before starting the next season. So you have to bear with us. So just letting you know. All right, I appreciate it. I'll let you handle that. I'll see you in a little while.
There we go. That should fix it. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the... I don't like that one. This is the one I like. Yes. Welcome to the SRU Truck Series as they head to Michigan for 101 laps. It's actually one of my favorite tracks. I am not gonna lie. I'm gonna go ahead and run down a little race day information here, get that out the way early. So, as we see here, it is in Sparta, Kentucky, for 152 miles. That's what I forgot to fix. 1 second. There we go. Okay. Sorry. So the track temp is 81. Sorry, the temperature of the track is 82 degrees, but the weather outside itself is 81 degrees Fahrenheit, 73% humidity, cloudy with a 13-mile-per-hour wind. They have 101 laps. Comp caution on lap 50. They have unlimited tires, 75% fuel. One attempt at a green-white checkered and 2 quick fixes. By the way, for those of you boys who watch tonight, all these cameras are done by a individual only. And as you see there, all these awesome cameras that you will be seeing tonight is done by trackcams22.com. Cheap prices for your oval, for your road courses. Go check them out. Go buy a package. Good stuff. You'll be very impressed. But all the work is done. All the work you'll see tonight is by him. So make sure you go help him out. So as we see here, qualifying still underway. 24 of Adams there, Jason Adams. So, yep.
You got a copy, Brian?
Yes, sir.
Is it Crystal?
Yeah.
Okay, coolly. Oh,
All right. Go over to starting grid here. So, as you see here, starting P1 will be TJ Elaine. P2 would be Art Milan. P3 would be James Bryan. P4 would be Jason Adams. P5 would be Robert Cheswick. P6 would be Philip Bridgman. P7 will be Kyle Heath. P8 will be Mike Rhino. P9 will be Isaiah Sutherland. P10 will be Kevin Roy. P11 will be Mark Kosick. P12 will be Michael Palmer. And P13 will be Paul Cohen.
well, not bad. You know, 13, you said 13 competitors.
Yes, sir.
So not too bad. I believe this is the season 8 finale, if I'm not correct, for the SRU Truck Series. So um, next season, be sure to have all of the regular runners. This was a little 8 dash 8 race dash summer series, so kind of went by in a hurry, even though had a couple of weeks off after the first race at Daytona, if memory serves correct.
Yes, I did get update. They are taking 2 weeks off after when this season gets done. But Jason will explain why when I pull him in afterwards. So, anywho, we see here as they pull off pit road tonight. A 69 will lead them to the green, followed by Art Milane. Oh, excuse me. And then behind them will be James Bryan, and then Jason Adams. And then it'll be Philip Bridgman and Robert Cheswick. And then it'll be Mike Rhino, Kevin Roy, and then Cossack and Heath, Palmer, Sutherland, and then Coheen.
Yep, Kentucky, very. It can be a very tricky mile and a half, concrete mile and a half. So, do we know if there is an actual championship fight, or does one person particularly have it wrapped up?
That I do not know. I didn't see nothing about it in my notes. So,
Gotcha.
roster schedule. Yeah, and the green flag is out. As you see there, TJ going into turn 1. Oh, Brian ended up sticking with him really good. Go down the back.
Sutherland and Coheen was not apparently able to grid, so we have 11 competitors starting this race.
Yes, we do.
Ooh, tussle going on for third place. Art Milane, Cheswick, and Brian having a good tussle for that position as Jason Adams bringing Philip Bridgman up to play. So 5-truck battle going on at the moment. Throw a quilt right over these 5 competitors.
I see Philip there.
Oh, the 6 kind of missed his turn end point for turn 1 and tagged the wall a little bit there, Brian. But TJ Elaine kind of out to a reasonable 2.5 lead, just 3 laps into this race, Brian. Early good-sized lead early on. How many times can we say early? But, yep, Cheswick got into the turn 1 wall last lap by. Really lost all those spots. Philip Bridgman just jumped up into third. He must have got past Art and Brian both at the same time. We know how especially quick Philip Bridgman is off the get-go, off the start. But then he sometimes just plateaus.
Yes. I just saw that. Eagle US, what's going on, buddy? How are you? Thank you for tuning in.
Cheswick really trying to defend that 6th position. He has fallen a few positions back. He's trying to not fall any further back. Really trying to keep pace here with James Bryan.
Get a 34 of Rhino there.
Yep, Rhino following Kyle Heath. I think they started in the rear. They didn't qualify, I don't think. So
I don't think so.
I think we only had six competitors qualify.
Yeah, you're right. 6, who's that? Oh, that's Cheswick. And then, well, Kyle Heath in 13. Now, you know how Kyle Heath runs. He'll hang back a little
Yes.
bit, and then they'll just haul it and go into the front when the time comes. I didn't get how many laps of fuel they were accumulating. That's for sure. So, we're not going to guess this time, that's for sure. We ain't going to do that. 'Cause
Well, I think
we were wrong on Thursday.
well, it's okay to be wrong sometimes. Anyway, I think last time we covered a race here with the SRU guys, or at least Nashville. It was one of the two. I think it was Kentucky. But
It might
I
have been.
think they were getting like 27, 28 laps. So possibly see the same thing here tonight, about 27, 28 laps.
Yeah,
When is the competition caution going to be thrown, Brian?
50. Lap
At
50.
50. So
That'd be about halfway. I would say
I would
51.
suspect somebody going to cut this opening stint of the race.
The 25
maybe in
and 25.
Yes,
Mm.
I could see that being a well-placed strategy for some of these competitors.
Oh, yeah. I would agree.
Jason Adams trying to run down your race leader at the moment in the 69, TJ Elaine, really inching into that lead. Him and Philip Bridgman kind of rode their way into the top 5 and wrangled, and Jason Adams got himself, I would say, in decent position at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, just inching ever closer to that race leader. And I think we're starting to see Philip Bridgman hit that peak of that short run performance. Art Mulane is kind of falling now into the clutches of Kyle Heath. Brian, Kyle Heath is looking to take that 4th place away.
I do believe you see Kyle Heath there is up on him big time. There you go. As Art Lane moves out the way, and Kyle Heath is now charging. And then here comes James Bryant there, going to the inside of the yellow Submarine 52 Toyota.
Yes,
And
James
here
kind of
comes
taking
the-
back a position.
I don't know. I do think Kyle Heath will have something for TJ. We've seen how Kyle Heath runs down the leaders like no problem. So
At this moment in time, I would almost want to pick Jason Adams to win this race, but at the same time, like you said, we know how Kyle Heath runs. Mike Rhino as well. Him and James getting kind of too close for my comfort on that main straightaway. Not so straightaway. Kentucky being a literal D-shaped oval. So your start-finish straightaway is a little bit kinked. So got to be kind of careful there. It's not quite a dog leg.
Mike Rhino down there. It is bumpy down there. That is one spot you do not want to go down below. Is that yellow line there going through the start finish? You never know. It could upset the truck, or you know.
Well, I mean, you can go down there, Brian, but once you get past that little quarter mile oval in the infield, you want to make sure you're up because it gets really bumpy after the short track in the infield. Right there, if we could, hopefully I timed it right for the viewers tuning in to, if they were, everybody was paying attention. Basically, a little bit past that, it gets really bumpy down on that flat, on that apron, and like you said, really can shoot you back up or upset the travel of that racecraft.
Yes.
And we saw, I want to say about the fourth or fifth year that they were racing here at Kentucky in the real world. Kurt Busch, I think it was, hit the drain down at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
His car bottomed out and kind of shot him back up towards the track. But
Yep.
it's kind of the it's kind of the consequence of going down that far.
Yeah.
As you can see, the storm drains, they have incorporated them into iRacing.
Oh yeah, and Rhino's getting closer and closer to it. But for those of you who are NASCAR fans, unfortunately, I don't know if any of you guys haven't heard the update, but Kurt Busch is out again, and Ty Gibbs is taking over, so we'll have a little bit more experience behind the car. That'll be good for him. He did very good last week with Pocono. Yeah, Pocono. But
well, I think Brian, it's very, very good on precaution measures. With all the different concussion protocol that has to go on in different forms of sporting, racing, in my opinion, is one where you can't really just try to shrug off a concussion because, just like with football, a lot of head-to-head impacts or helmet-to-helmet from time to time. Whenever you're buckled into that seat of whatever race car it may be, you have the Hans device, which keeps your shoulders, neck, and head, quote unquote, in place, but within your skull, your brain is going to move freely with an impact. So that's always something to be on the lookout for. A vascular skull fracture is what many of race car drivers had died from. As we can see, Kyle Heath diving, not necessarily diving, but going underneath teammate Jason Adams. Jason kind of charged, I would say, a little bit early on with Philip Bridgman. Philip Bridgman now moved up into second position, got past Jason Adams while we were talking about concussions. So
you see Jason Adams there falling right to the back and gives Kyle Heath about to reel in Philip Bridgman there.
And like we said, I think this is right before the pit window will be open. So lots of different comers and goers, always different strategies. But get back to the conversation about Kurt Busch real quick. I was a big Dale Jr. fan, so I had been, in this position before as a fan or as a race fan. Whenever it is someone you really pull for or you want to see do good, I mean, you want to see everybody do good, but especially someone like Kurt Busch, who throughout the years became a bit more popular than what he used to be. And I definitely don't ever want to see people retire from a sport, I guess if you want to say prematurely, but if it has to happen, it's understandable, but always first and foremost, well-being of your person is the most important in your life, if you truly think about it. So Kyle
Yes.
Heath got past Philip Bridgman, opened up a gap there, a full second gap after he got past the 40 machine. So,
I didn't do
yep, Philip Bridgman. Now Mike Rhino coming to challenge Bridgman, but the top four kind of have a comfortable second and a half, 2-second gap back to James Bryan. And look at Kevin Roy. Kevin Roy, sneaky little devil, just coming into the fray, coming up to fight for a top 5 position.
that. He is.
May not,
No, go ahead.
go ahead, I'm sorry. I was going to say, may not have a whole lot of truckers in tonight's field, but man, there is action afoot everywhere.
Jay, they are. This is their last week. They are taking 2 weeks off. I can ask one of them and see if there's a spot open.
Yeah, they're normally always recruiting. Jason Adams in the 24 truck and Mark Koshik in the 33 machine are the SRU Truck Series admins. So those two would be the ones to talk to about it. And lap 28, we have the first pit taker. It is Jason Adams as we speak of him. And the SRU guys, you know, this truck series,
See
they
Philip Bridgman coming into the pits.
always have some really good green flag racing, solid group of guys. Normally it's a bit more than this, but it's a little summer series, 8 race stretch. Might have been 6. Was it 6 or 8?
I don't even remember.
It was either
Offhand.
6 or 8. It was a small little summer season.
Yeah.
But
Kyle Heath now in the pits. So yeah, I would say roughly 30 to 31, 32 laps of fuel these drivers will get on gas. So yeah, but TJ Lane's still out there. Does look like Jason Adams there does have a little right side damage to that 24 BFR truck there. So
he possibly either got too tight coming out of turn 4, or could have banged it into the wall on the arcing of corner number 1, or maybe the same thing I just said about turn number 4, about turn number 2. Could have got too tight, making the transition out of 2. We didn't really see him make the contact, but I'm just speculating where it could have occurred. Like I said at the top of the show, Kentucky can be a tricky mile and a half. Everybody kind of says, you know, every mile and a half is the same. Not true. Not true at all. Oh, Philip Bridgman kind of maybe scraped the wall there, maybe with the back part of the truck. Hello, Marlon. How are you? Skylar Sigston.
yep. You see the leader officially came into the pits. It's all roughly right about 32, maybe if that. I see they tried to
31-ish.
Yeah.
Probably 31 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're able to, you know, do some type of trickery, maybe save a half a lap or so, and that's possibly what the race leader there, TJ, did.
Now
He had a pretty good gap, so he was.
Yes.
you
So
know,
now you know TJ's been up front the whole race. Now he's got to maneuver around through the traffic here, and
Yeah, he's more than likely going to come out either. I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna come out as the leader. It's Kyle Heath has gotten by him, so maybe
right now,
Bridgman.
Brian's.
Well, yeah, Brian is the leader. He hasn't pitted. So Art Lane and James Bryan, your race leaders here, have not pitted under this green flag sequence of stops. Kevin Roy, I believe that is in the pits. No?
Yeah, no, Mike Rano.
Okay. I couldn't quite
Yes,
see.
thank you, Marley. Happy Friday night to you, too. We miss seeing you out here on track with these boys. By the way, they did say they are going to take 2 weeks off. Adams will explain towards the end before we close out. So,
Cheswick got a bit into the wall there halfway down the backstretch.
yes.
Yeah, James Bryan and Art Lane able to go a lot further than their competitors, that is for sure.
Absolutely. I wonder if they were.
Window.
I wonder if they were actually just riding the whole time, but it threw me for a loop.
Good
'Cause
possibility.
Brian was racing a little hard with some of these boys. So it'll be interesting to see what those two do and whatnot.
75% fuel. I mean, James Bryan is almost going a full, as if he had a full tank here. Mike Rhino, I believe, is back in the pits. That's going to really sting his chances at a victory here tonight, unless they start having a slew of cautions, which we are expecting one, but...
So there's Brian now making his scheduled pit, so he went 37 laps.
Excuse me. So he went 9 more laps than... Excuse me. Oh, my. He went 9 more laps than Jason Adams, who started this whole pit sequence at lap 28. You can see our pole sitter and our early race leader, TJ Elaine, just kind of getting mired back a little bit in the traffic, like what you were talking about. He kind of lost a little bit of ground staying out as long as he did.
Art Mullane now pitting. Awesome, Marley. I thought you were full-time in the Cup anyway. Maybe not. There's too many guys to keep up with, so it'll be nice to see you over there. Oh, you see TJ Lane there, got by Philip Bridgman there. Slowly but surely making his way up there, so.
Yes, TJ, he's basically got the freshest of the fresh whenever it comes to the top 5, that is. So... you can see just how far back James Bryan kind of came out, and Art Lane is going to go a lap down.
Yes, indeed, he will. Why does he ride on here with TJ's car?
10 laps to go before the...
Oh, yes, that's right. I'll be looking forward to see you out there tomorrow. Yep, about 9 laps to go before the comp caution there. Like I said, these boys do get unlimited tires and 2 quick fixes, so they can go ahead and abuse and use the crap out of these tires. So they do have unlimited sets. So Yeah, and this is exactly the reason why I do not keep the comments on for YouTube. Exactly the reason why. Goodbye.
Well, Brian, do you think TJ Lane has the time to eke in and get Kyle Heath for their stage break here?
I don't know. He might. As we see here, TJ Lane is
He took three
he's
tenths, maybe
he's
four
winding
out of that
him.
lap alone.
Mhm.
I think he'll get to it. Getting and passing, though, two different things.
And as Marley says there, go Bridgman.
Mark Koshik got past Jason Adams for 5th place.
I'll give you a little right on board here there, Marley. Show you what Phil's rocking here, the Ryan Truex, number 40 Plan B, which I have that diecast sitting right up there on my shelf. Yes, indeed, I do. But Will Elaine has closing that gap down tremendously.
Yes, it is now under a second. 8/10 of a second. Just 5 laps, well, 4.5 remaining before we have the top caution to basically jumble everybody back up. Looks like Art Lane may get the lucky dog here if everything holds true to what it is at the moment.
I don't. He's just gaining a lot of time coming off turns. Will. I don't
And really
know
from
what.
center on exit, that the fresh tire just really able to work for TJ right how he needs it too. That's one reason why he probably waited a extra few laps than Heath and Bridgman, so he would have that extra life in the fresh tire to run down Kyle Heath if necessary, and that is exactly what he has had to do. Oh, made a brave look very late, entering the corner into turn 3. Really had to check up there, lost a lot of momentum. Kentucky can be all about momentum, a really momentum-based track, I would say.
Indeed.
TJ Lane trying to figure out a way by Kyle Heath. Kyle Heath really good about taking someone's lane away from him, I would say, the right way. Very respectful about it, but really making him fight for it here. Kyle Heath not giving up without a fight, that is for sure.
So this time by is when the caution will fly for halfway.
Oh man, TJ Lane right up against the back tailgate of Kyle Heath. Not really able to get there or do anything, but ooh. You can see Kyle Heath really able to wrap around that top side, get that momentum off that high lane. TJ kind of maybe hit the paint or hit the flat a little bit. TJ diving in underneath the 13 Me Marie, but not able to do anything again. Had to check up way a lot, and that is going to be the comp caution, I do believe. Lap
Yep.
51 here. Indeed it is. So, and that is Art Mullane right there waiting in the wings to get his lucky dog. So that'll put 9 competitors on the lead lap. You get a caution here to jumble everybody back up. Of course, they have to catch up to the safety vehicle, the safety car, face truck.
Yeah, as they catch the safety car here, go ahead and give a little. Oh, that's wrong. They're not at Bristol. There you go. That's more like it. Well, we'll let him pit first.
Toto, we're not at Kansas either.
That's right, we're at Kentucky.
Indeed, sir, indeed.
Ay, ay, ay.
Kyle Heath really able to hit his marks in his pit stall excellently. Couldn't really see if anybody else there had any misfortunate problems. Oh, wow. Possibly right sides only by the TJ Lane 69 truck. Good possibility. So
Kyle.
I would have.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Kyle. So what do you think about that strategy that TJ kind of took ahead of you? I believe he just took right side tires.
I believe so too. He's got some cojones.
I know, right? Anyway, so caution here. No cautions except for this up until this point. Been a pretty good race. You kind of working your way up through the field like normal from the get-go. Just how's the truck handling, Kyle?
It's handling pretty good. For me, I gotta be careful on the throttle. I don't really want to push my right front too hard. Get on the throttle too good. It wants to push some. Um, this track is not really my favorite tracks at all. This is maybe my third or maybe fourth race ever on this track, so I'm still learning this track myself.
Right on. What would you summarize Kentucky, or what would you rate it?
Me, I rated probably about 1 to 10, probably about maybe a 6 or 7 as a track the way it is. Turns 1 and 2 is totally different than 3 and 4, that's for sure.
Yeah, I kind of my favorite configuration is probably the old original configuration of Kentucky, but I know it can somewhat be a tricky track because, like you said, turns 1 and 2 completely different from 3 and 4. You got to let it roll a little bit more. You could probably take 1 and 2 completely wide open for a few laps at least. You think you got anything for TJ? I was expecting you both to be on 4 fresh tires to see how you both kind of stacked up against each other, but you think you got anything for him?
Him taking 2 tires, I hope I got a little bit more on him than what he thinks I do. So yeah, he's a tough bout. He's fun. I've raced with him a couple of times, in the BNR league. So yeah, it's been fun so far. Coming up through the field, I literally took my time coming up through the field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you, Kyle. Looks like you're getting doubled up here, so best of luck to you, Kyle. Good
Yep.
to talk to you tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Boom, 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 boom. There we go.
Oh, you're giving me flashbacks. Stop it. Anyway, so
James
gonna
Bryan
get
with
the
the little
restart.
kiss. Did you see that? He gave him a little kiss. Like good luck.
Gonna get the restart here, lap 56. So I would suspect. What lap? Let me see.
Like
Probably around lap 81, perhaps.
Yeah.
If it was to stay green, we would get green flag pit stops yet again. So lap 81, perhaps. So 9 trucks on the lead lap. Cheswick and Rhino. Rhino took a wave around, I believe, so him and Cheswick will be battling for a lucky dog if caution was to wave again. And dropping the green flag, TJ gets a good launch, good jump on the restart there. Coming to the start-finish line, kind of caught everybody off guard because of almost how late he went, I would almost suspect. But Kyle Heath ducking in line right there. You can see the benefit of 4 fresh tires. I would suspect that is the benefit. The 2-tire call was very, very ballsy indeed. Lots of guts. Probably shouldn't have said that. My apologies. Anyway, so TJ trying to look for an undercut here, trying to do a crossover on Kyle Heath, going into turn 1. Might be successful, may not be, may wash up the track with the 2 tires, but he was able to stick it down there on the exit, though. Kyle Heath may get the run on the back straightaway, coming off the corner, but it's pretty even. Philip Bridgman there just doesn't know who to go with. Oh man, very, very tight there, going through 3 and 4. Kyle Heath edging, but not quite. TJ fighting back on the bottom. Philip still hesitant, doesn't really know which one to go with here.
He goes, do I go with 2 tires or do I go with 4? But if he's smart, there you go.
Oh.
He's on the quarter of TJ.
Yes, Philip trying to make some moves, but I almost would have stayed on that high side and possibly rode behind TJ. Maybe just waited, but that is also a good chance of opportunity to get by someone who may not have the freshest tire that you do. So, but haven't really seen the bottom work tonight. I would say it's kind of been kind of the high side to come out on top. But TJ with those with that 2-tire strategy, excuse me, sorry. Philip Bridgman should get by him and clear him, and he does, coming out of turn 4 now. So move Philip up into second place. Wondering if he could have anything at all to run down Kyle Heath, or if he's going to plateau like we are so used to seeing. No pressure, Phil. No pressure at all. Art Mullane kind of dropping off the field a little bit. Not sure if he is conserving or what is transpiring with the 15 machine. Kind of looked like it, at least from the scoring. Jason Adams and Mark Kosick round out the top 5. TJ Elaine getting back by Philip Bridgman. Palmer right there in the 31, looking to battle with the 33. Philip Bridgman now on that high side, in that high lane, trying to get that momentum from that high side. Kind of surprised he wasn't able to drive away from TJ once he cleared him. Kyle Heath really loving to see these two duke it out behind him because that just means more separation for Kyle, but Kyle really slow backing up that turn 3 corner, letting it glide through the center. And now Jason Adams is kind of reeled back in. Elaine, Bridgman, and somewhat Heath. Heath not too familiar with Kentucky. He just told us a moment ago, so maybe perhaps wasn't quite used to that turn 3 angle he had, so just had to lift and let it roll for a good minute. Still not used to it looks like, but hopefully he can get a good gist of it here soon.
Indeed, will.
TJ keeps going down onto the flat at the start-finish line, hoping just to get a little bit closer and also get away from Philip Bridgman.
But Philip is up his rear end.
Yes, he is, right on that tailgate. I would expect this battle to go on for a handful of more laps, and then we will hopefully maybe see the comers and goers. But here, Jason Adams looking underneath the 40. Kind of backed out of it there, rolled out of it looks like, but he might get him here on the exit. TJ Lane really putting up a fight with that 2-tire strategy call here. Trying to edge back out in front of Kyle Heath, but ooh, contact was almost made there in 3 and 4.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle Heath still there on the outside of the 69 of TJ. Oh, but TJ got him cleared now. Kind of did a slide job perhaps, or per se.
Oh, yeah. So lap 70, we'll do our little crank it up portion.
Philip Bridgman kind of falling back just ever so slightly. You can see Mark Koshik coming into the fray here. That is your 5th place competitor. So the top 5 just separated by just a second and a half here.
Right on board here with Jason. As Philip falls back a little bit. Guessing 2 tires work pretty good. Oh, Kyle, that's a wall.
Yeah, I guess they kind of did, Brian. I have to agree with you on that. Of course, it had only been maybe a little over 15 laps, maybe 12 or so when TJ came out of the pits. So,
Oh, yeah.
maybe just 15 laps from when he came out, perhaps.
Indeed.
I would suspect this next pit stop that he makes under green definitely going to take 4 tires. I would see no reason why he wouldn't. Mike Rhino coming down to serve a pit stop. He took a wave around, and we have another pit taker, Mark Koshik, coming in to the pits. So just a couple of laps shy of when I guesstimated, but that is perfectly all right. So green flag, our final green flag pit cycle, spit it out, Willie, occurring at lap 75 here. TJ Elaine coming in, Kyle Heath at the same time. Man, if I was Philip Bridgman, I would have jumped at that chance and done it too, but what can you do? You don't really have a lot of time to necessarily react when maybe the competitor queues up to say, hey, so-and-so is pitting, or even if they do that, who knows, but we most definitely do not. I think they do. I think they queue up and say, but Jason Adams, James Bryan, Philip Bridgman waiting a lap later than Kyle Heath and TJ Lane, and Palmer pitted with Elaine and Kyle Heath, so good for Palmer.
I'll take on the 24 laps to go.
Yeah, but Bryan, Adams, and Bridgman will have that so more just one lap fresher tire. We'll have to see if they can do anything at all with that one lap fresh tire. I want to say it's one lap.
Half a lap.
Yeah. Get up to speed and whatnot. Yeah. Basically a lap. One of these days I'm going to try to boil an egg on my phone. Anyway, Kevin Roy, man, really, Kevin Roy doing a praying for a caution dance or something to that extent. Cheswick, I believe that's him, coming into the pits. He is doing... just might get that caution, but James Bryant, being the wheel man that he is, able to straighten that truck right up on the corner exit. What an excellent save by the 52 of James Bryan to just really just work that wheel and get it as straight as possible and save that truck from utter destruction and devastation and just, yes, calamity coming out of turn 2. Instead, it was all right. I would just assume that was an all right, everything's gonna be okay moment.
Like you saw how Brian was in BNR. He got a little sideways and he saved it. He didn't touch nobody, and he's just a wheeling and dealing. So
I'm really surprised here about how long Kevin Roy is staying out. He almost had the caution he needed, but James really able to save that truck. As you can see, Philip Bridgman diving past a 31 of Palmer.
There's Kevin Roy. He's making a scheduled pit stop now as he pulls down right into the pits.
You kind of scared me there a little bit, but thank you very much. That is some needed information, as everybody will pretty much get their lap back here.
But now the question is, does Kevin Roy take 2 tires and fuel, or does he take 4 and fuel and hopes he can get out in front of these...
Half of the field, yes.
10.3, so I think he took 2 tires and fuel.
Yes, he did. But he's still going to come out amongst... Well, man, he's going to come out way behind all that ground he lost. Brian staying out as long as he did. Ooh.
Boy, TJ's grinding them tires, bull.
really hurt him. Man, this is going to be a good battle here. 20 laps to go, 19 at the stripe here. Kyle Heath in the lead at the moment. Mark Kostick, he, if I'm not mistaken, on some two-tire strategy call. Then we got TJ Elaine. Oh! Almost had a coming together moment between the two. There we have the 69 trying to make a pass on Mark Kostick. Not quite able to, though. Mark able to pull back ahead.
Oh, there goes TJ. There is the caution.
Wow, what has happened to possibly the quickest competitor out here tonight? Something went awry with the number 69 machine, and he is out of the race. He is out. He has left the building. So this is going to change up everything. We're going to have about I would assume a 14-lap dash.
So as we see here, I don't know if he took any tires that last run. I wonder what happened. I wonder if he blew a tire, because that's the way it looked. No, that sounded like he popped it in neutral. I'll have to go back and listen. Here we come into here. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, we spent enough time. I don't know.
Maybe his engine just let go going into turn one or something.
Or held the clutch in and maybe, you know. Anywho.
Yeah, maybe.
We don't know.
Yep, just a lot of pure speculation here. But man, this, Brian, this really changes up everything. This is going to put Cheswick on the lead lap, so that's 9 competitors on the lead lap here.
10.
Mike Rhino, 1 lap down.
Oh, wait,
Maybe
yeah.
got the wave around.
Probably.
I don't. We'll have to see here in a moment. Oh, no, he's going into the pits now.
Phil!
Mike will still be a lap down.
Hey,
How's it going?
Hey, Phillips.
that's going pretty good. What about you?
Well, we know we're doing alright.
So, Phil, you think you got anything? Looks like you might get the restart with 14, maybe 13 to go here. You think you got anything for Jason or Kyle?
Yeah, definitely. It feels really fast on a semi-short run, and this is kind of that semi-short run I've been looking for. And I don't know. Hopefully, it's going to be quite the battle up here.
Well, how's your truck been handling overall tonight, Phil?
I feel like it's been handling great in 1 and 2. A little tight in 3 and 4, but it's doable.
All right. Well, Brian, you got anything to ask him or anything?
Do you think you have something for those two in the front?
Well, I just asked.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying
Great
attention.
creativity. Apparently not.
Yeah, 15 to go. Do you have enough fuel to make it to the end? I don't know if he asked you that. Well,
Oh yeah, definitely.
okay, they're good. Sorry, I'm so mind tracked by the cameras and stuff. Anyway, you're coming back. I mean, if you get another question, I'll pull you back in and ask you the question that I want. So good luck.
Thanks, man.
Oh, wait, it's extended. Never mind. So you can stay in here real quick for a minute. Um, if it comes down to the last 3 laps, I know you know how well Heath and Adams are, but are you going to attempt to use that bumper to snag a win?
Maybe good chances. Like if I'm close enough, like there's good chances I might use a little.
Well, as you see here, you got that speed for the short run here. We got a. Why does my thing say Bristol? Didn't I daggone change that? Oh my god. Sorry, Phil. Don't mind me. Um,
You're
yeah.
fine.
But anyway, good luck, sir. And I forgot what else I was gonna ask you, so I'm sure you're coming to green this time.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, but good luck out there.
Thanks.
I forgot what I was gonna ask him. As they get ready to go to green, and the green flag is out. 13 to go. Philip Bridgman P3. Behind Jason Adams. Does Phil have what it takes to get up there to Kyle Heath? But 3 wide behind him. Oh, contact!
Palmer. Oh, Brian clipped the left rear of Art Mulane, and around Mulane went. Doesn't look like he hit anything. Looks like he's okay. But yeah, man, they were 3 wide going into turn 3. Normally, I mean, the track is plenty wide, but yeah, it's like a 50-50 chance of it actually working. And you can see they were kind of 3 wide for a good second.
Right behind Mark there.
Good moment. Yeah, right behind the 33.
Oh, that looked like netcode.
Could have been. Good
Great save by
how,
Art.
How close they were together. I would imagine Art coming down pit road going to get a fresh set of good years, because those good possibility of being flat spotted. So
You see here from James's view. Oh no, that was contact.
Indeed it was. I thought it was the first time we saw it. A little bit of nose damage on the hood of that 52 Toyota. So top 3 still Heath, Adams, Bridgman. Nothing much has changed up at the top, but a little bit of argy-bargy dogfighting going on towards the bottom of the totem pole.
Oh yeah. Let's see if we can talk to Jason. Jason,
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
how's it going?
Good, sir. How are you tonight, buddy?
Well,
We're doing
fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, you got anything for your teammate here? Depending on how many more heat cycles you guys get on that Goodyear?
Well, I'm just gonna keep that secret, okay? I don't want to scare him too early.
And fourth, are you well? how's your truck been handling, Jason? We've kind of seen you come up through the field a couple of different times. Uh, just how's that truck handling?
Well, turn 1 and 2's been handling pretty good for me tonight. Turn 3 and 4 has been a little tricky tonight, but we're figuring it out as the race goes on.
Well, Jason, you said you don't want to show us your cards too early here on your teammate, but Brian asked this question to the driver right behind you. But if it comes down to it, you're going to have to use that chrome horn?
To be determined.
Okay. Well,
Hey, at least he's honest.
Yep, honesty is always the best policy. So possibly.
Yeah, I can't sit there and tell you I'm going to use it and not use it. I'm just going to keep that secret. But guys, real quick, while I've got you guys here, fixing to go back to green here in 2 laps. I like to dedicate this race to one of our BFR teammates. He was in that flood devastation down in Kentucky. We're racing here at Kentucky tonight, so I like to dedicate this race to Larry Blair, and hope he's able to watch this coming soon. And we got prayers out for him, and hopefully things will get better really soon.
Yes,
sir.
indeed. That's always very sad and unfortunate to see stuff like that occur. Just always sad, but the best thing to always do is just send best wishes, prayers, thoughts, positivity in that general direction, like you said, Jason. Very, very sad not to see Larry Blair not making it, because he is normally a really quick competitor, and that is very unfortunate. I did not know that about Larry, and that man. I sure hope everything's gonna be all right with him.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. He's like one of the backbones in our team. So, but guys, I appreciate the interview. It's going to be a good finish. Looks like we're going to end up about 7, 8 to go here. So we'll just hang on and see what happens at the end. Hopefully, I can pull off a win with my teammate here, or we can go talk about the bullhorn. But we'll see what happens.
All right,
Hi, buddy. Good luck.
Jason.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, our condolences are out there with Larry. If you're watching, stay strong, bud. Unfortunately, circumstances like that. I saw a couple of photos from it. It's not pleasant to be under a flood, especially lose everything to your dearest, and harder for the family and all that other stuff. So condolences are out there with you from me and Will. But anyway, get ready to go back green here. 9 to go from Kentucky. Kyle Heath, Adams, Bridgman, Palmer, Cheswick, Roy. Who gets it?
Kevin Roy may look to make it 3 wide here on this restart. Kyle Heath gets a pretty good launch yet again. Philip Bridgman going to be looking for that second place. 8 laps remaining. Cheswick back on the lead lap, and he is trying to get back inside the top 5, maybe into third. Philip Bridgman gotten around Jason Adams at the moment. Jason slinging it down the inside and the center of 3 and 4, coming out almost even with the 40. This is just letting Kyle Heath build up a pretty sizable gap. About a half a second lead he has built up, and maybe he had to check up or something. They kind of gained a couple of tenths there real back.
Oh, as Phil closes in. Wow.
Oh, wow. Yes. Kyle Heath still not getting turn 3 down to the best of his ability. Philip Bridgman now able to see a bigger number 13 right up in front of him.
Phil has turns 3 jotted down. Will, that's going to be Phil's advantage. His turns 3 and 4, if anything. Right here, like that. but he takes it away and forces Phil to use more brake than what he needs and to wear out them tires a little bit. That's going to be the number one thing here. Is
Jason Adams applying a little bit of pressure to the back of the 40 of Philip Bridgman going down the straightaway of the front stretch. Going into turn 3 yet again here as we're coming to 4 laps to go at the stripe. The front 3 separated by 0.4 of a second, under half a second. They are separated. James Bryan is just lurking behind Jason Adams, waiting for all 3 of these guys to take each other out. You could lick his chops. But Mike Rhino, from being 2 laps down at one point, wow, maybe 3, he is back inside the top 5. Philip Bridgman almost able to get underneath the 13, but Kyle Heath slammed the door pretty well. 3 laps to go here at the stripe. Philip Bridgman in that 40 machine in
Here
the
comes
middle
the
of a
52.
teammate sandwich.
as Philip closes in on him.
Yes, on Kyle Heath on the exit of turn 4. Coming to 2 laps to go. It's turning into a real barroom brawl. The top 5 separated by 0.8 of a second, going down the back straightaway for the ultimate time. Philip Bridgman trying to get another good run on Kyle Heath on the exit of turn 4. Mike Rhino, James Bryan maybe have made contact on the exit of turn 4 right before the stripe. James Bryan and the yellow submarine having to check up a whole lot on that bottom lane as Kyle Heath has just a couple of tenths on Philip Bridgman. Philip Bridgman not quite there. Oh, but he makes a big lunge on the inside, but still couldn't get there as Kyle Heath will hold off everyone to win here at Kentucky in the SRU Truck Series. Jason Adams, Mike Rhino getting 4th position from James Bryan. Rounds out the top 5. Kevin Roy, Cheswick, I think Art Lane. There goes Philip Bridgman giving a congratulatory bump. Michael Palmer rounds out the top 10. And TJ Elaine, James Bryan gives a nice spinneroonie. And Isaiah Sutherland and Paul Coheen not able to start the race. So we had 3, I guess if you want to call them DNFers or just... Anywho, Kyle Heath gonna come and burn it down, I suspect, at the start-finish straight here. He really struggled with turn 3, but I think that was just precautionary. He was really backing up turn 3, not necessarily struggling, but possibly if we do get the chance to ask him, he might say he could have been struggling. But teammate celebration here. Jason Adams in the 24, Kyle Heath in the 13, Me Marie Designs. But what an intense final 8-lap shootout that was, Brian.
Oh, yeah.
Very fantastic, very great indeed.
Yes, indeed. Well, Heath had it. I know he said that turn 4 really wasn't his go-to, but he did enough of it to hold off Philip, because that's where Philip was gaining majority of his time. But Kyle said, "No, I'm gonna stop you right there," and That's what he did. They had to hold up Phillip there because that's where Phillip was gaining most of his ground out going into turns 1 and 2. Heath was a lot better at 1 and 2 than Phil, and Phillip was just arcing his right moves at the right time in turns 3 and 4. Anywho, hello, Kyle.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey, Kyle. So Brian pretty much answered almost everything for you. We don't even have to talk to you. Good night, man.
Yeah,
I'm kidding. I'm
later.
kidding.
You have a good one.
Um, so if you want to tell us about that, about the last couple of restarts there, I know you were getting some really good ones, but after the restarts, it it seemed that you were either backing up your entry to turn three or struggling, one of the two. I'm not sure which one it was. Maybe you could help us with that. But if you don't mind, just explain us about all of that last part of the race there, Kyle.
Well, first of all, the Geico restart zone really help out big time on the restarts. You get you pretty much get the right of way per se.
Mm-hmm.
To jump. Um, 1 and 2 pretty much all night unless your tires really basically go wide open. Going into turn three though, I struggle going into turn three. TJ, he was so good at turn three, could to dive it in there. Even Philip, he was able to dive it in there. I couldn't do it. I tried. For some reason I just can't do it. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, this is like maybe my fourth time ever being on this track. So, and I'm not too fond of Kentucky. I really don't even like this track. This track is so weird. It really is.
It is a weird one. I have to agree with you on that.
But and I battled with Jason right there, my teammate. Last couple of laps on the restarts, battle with him. It was fun. TJ, I don't know what happened to him. I know in turns 1 and 2, I was riding his line, staying in front of him. That way he had all the air behind me, where he pushed up, and I know he slammed the wall coming out of turn 2, and I don't know what happened behind me. I know he brought out the caution somehow.
It, maybe pure speculation, but perhaps maybe his engine let go, or maybe mechanical failure, or something. Not quite sure, Kyle. Just awkward chain of events. I will have to just assess it to that. But other than all of what you just said, Kyle, how does it feel to get a win at a track that you're not too comfortable, or that you may not really like all that well?
Well, it ain't so much about the win. It's mainly about having fun in Friday night Truck Series. I want to be able to run every night, every weekend. There was a couple weekends I didn't run. Um, I enjoy racing with my friends that's on here. I want to give a big shout out to um, Larry Blair out there. I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but he had devastation, and he lives in Kentucky, and here we are in Kentucky tonight. I want to dedicate this win to him. He's part of my team, and he's part of the SRU family. Um, he had that devastation flood in his hometown, and a lot of people a lot of people have passed away because of the flood and lost so much. And when disaster strikes like that, you know, people come together, and SRU has put some donations to him to help him keep, stay on his feet. Um, Words can't express, the devastation of somebody going through something like that unless you've been through it, through some kind of
Mm,
disaster.
yes, sir.
Um, yeah, I want to dedicate this win to Larry Blair. He's a good guy. He's a great guy. A family guy, and I mean, I don't know. The emotions kind of get to you when you start thinking heavily on stuff like that. That
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
thank
absolutely.
God you're not in his shoes. but you know, that guy right there, he lost a pretty good bit. So I'm hoping he'll be able to bounce back and get back with us and race with us. So yeah, this win right here is definitely dedicated to him.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
it was awfully. I always look forward to looking to see if Larry is going to be in the field because he normally puts up a good battle wherever he may be ending up at. He always gives it his best, and it is always great to see him racing. And uh, yes, thoughts and wishes and everything, like you said, Kyle, go out to Larry. Very, very saddening news whenever it is devastation like that. Like you said, yes, I have went through several hurricanes, unfortunately, and those are never pleasant. And flooding, I have uh, not have to witness that yet, but it is always always devastating.
Yeah, man, I understand about hurricanes. I mean, whenever it comes to hurricanes, you have a warning when a hurricane is coming,
Oh yes,
but you never know about a flood. I mean, that's one of
right.
those things that just happens, and I hate to take away from the broadcast, and
Oh
you know,
no, I
uh,
you didn't take away from nothing. Uh, I I agree with you. You know, like I I would do the same thing that you do. Jason mentioned it earlier whenever we were talking to Jason, and I mean I was kind of wondering where he was before uh, Jason said something, and
yeah. Well,
uh, yep,
a lot of times on Friday nights, he does his he's got a little go kart that he races on dirt with, and he saved his go kart, you know, his dirt kart, but you know his racing gears, it got caught up in the flood. But I know that's not even on his mind right now, you know.
right.
But
Well, it
and if anybody out there is willing to help out, can contact some of us members from SRU to you know, a little bit of a donation would help. It would go a long way. Like I told a bunch of guys on SRU, if you can spend $5 on a cheeseburger at McDonald's, you know, $5 donation, you know, will help out, will go a long way, you know, to somebody who's really in need that's close to your hearts and, you know, close to your mind.
Absolutely, I agree
yes,
with
you
you.
are
Uh,
absolutely.
oh yeah.
Anyways, I mean, the night's race, it was a great race. It was fun. I hate what happened to TJ. He was very, very strong the first half of the race. I don't know how he did it with those two tires that he stopped and got. He was able to still run pretty strong, but I think the two tires stopped kind of caught up with him. But other than that, I had a pretty good night.
Yes, sir. Indeed. Once again, sorry to hear about Mr. Blair. I did see pictures. It was very heartbreaking to see all the things that have been lost, and never wish that on anybody. That is for sure. So, congrats on the win there, Mr. Kyle. As you were struggling turns 3 and 4.
I'll be happy to never ever come back to this track again.
Yes, sir. Well, you got anything else for Mr. Kyle?
No, sir. Congratulations again on your win tonight, Kyle.
Thanks,
And
Will.
hopefully we can see you in a couple of weeks whenever I guess it's season 9 starts up.
Yeah.
And yep.
All right, guys. Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
You too. Whoops, I moved Will instead of you.
Oh, that's the wrong person. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I
There he
think
is. He's
Brian
back.
said he had enough. He had enough of you, Will. All
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Kyle.
right, thank you.
Now I thought I clicked him, and I guess it was you. We're gonna move him here, Mr. Adams. Hello.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, you finished third, but that's okay. We can talk to you. That's all right. I thought you finished second. Look, I was giving you the props of a doubt. Uh, Anywho, a wild, rough lapse there for you. We see you were swallowed up in almost a hornet's nest back there. Uh, yeah. Go ahead, Will.
Well, Jason, I guess you couldn't quite time the restart down by your teammate. He kind of jumped away with the lead there, and then you were kind of in a tussle with Philip. You want to talk about the last couple of restarts there, Jason?
Yes, sir. The next to the last restart, my teammate come across the team channel and says, "All right, let's go, 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 go." And this second time, he did not. He let me down. I cannot believe my teammate would do something like that. But it's all good. But hey, we're gonna move on to next week like it nothing happened. Hey, we got a first and third place finish out there. But yeah, the first restart. Great restart. And then we had that caution come out again. On that second restart, I just got a bad jump, and Philip was below me, and I was like, "Whoop, it's over." And then all of a sudden, with 3 laps to go, I see James coming, and then I see Rhino, and I'm like, "Oh Lord!" I think if I had one more lap, I would not have finished third tonight. But I definitely want to give props to Rhino tonight for racing me clean there on that last lap. He could have took me out. I could have took him out, but we're not like that. We race each other. We have fun. I like to give props to James for coming back as quick as he did. He was on a roll. He almost took third also, but no, it's a fun race tonight, guys. I don't have no complaints.
Fun fact about Mike Rhino coming back to finishing inside the top five in P4. He was 2 laps down at one point, so almost three if I'm not mistaken. So came back from being 2 laps down to finish in P4. Um, so that I think that is a pretty impressive run by Mike. Kind of like what you said there, Jason. Anything else you'd like to add about the race, or maybe get some more shout outs?
Well, overall with the race, it went great. Track was perfect. Turn 3 and 4 was my worst point tonight. 1 and 2 pretty much hold it down all the way. Um, I like to give props out to my teammate Kyle for taking home a win for BFR. Um, I like we talked before with Larry Blair. I hate he couldn't be here tonight. I actually have been in communication with him over the phone, and he has told me that he was out of power. He finally got his power back on today, but they said the internet is not going to be turned on uh, anytime soon, is what he's saying. He has no water right now. He said it's probably going to be 2 weeks before they get water back. Um, he
Hmm.
was actually able to save his sim rig. He ended up moving it the night before the storm come, so he moved it upstairs. So that's safe. But he does race go karts, like Kyle was saying. He did was able to save the go kart. He lost his helmet. And I think he's racing gear and stuff like that. His jacket and stuff. But that's just small things. As long as he's got his life, that's all that matters. Anything else can be replaced. And also tonight, me and Kyle, we did a L right there at the start line for Larry, and for love, to show Larry that we're uh, we're looking out for him and we're praying for him.
Yes, indeed, Jason. All of us sending uh, all those thoughts, indeed, Larry's way. Um, Hopefully, uh, everything can get back uh, somewhat normal sooner rather than later. So um, sometimes that old quote, sooner the better. So um, yeah, kind of like what Kyle said. You don't really know what to say or you don't really know until you've actually experienced something to that effect. And I have never experienced flooding, uh, so but I know it is pretty devastating and everything, and it's glad that he and you know family members or anything to that nature, they're all safe. So that's most important. Like what Kyle was saying, unfortunately, some people have passed away from that flooding. So just best thing, Larry being still safe and everything, and that is uh, that is uh, yes, Jason. I cannot finish. Yep, I just derailed myself. That is fantastic.
Hey, that's fine. The main thing is he's okay. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
that's the main thing. But he'll be back. He'll be back sooner or later, and he's going to be back stronger than he was before. Uh, us over at BFR, we love Larry. Larry's our backbone. He is our crew chief. We call him. He helps with setting these cars up each and every week, making them fast and making them strong. But I like to thank all my BFR family out there. Robbie, he does the painting of the cars, so can't leave him out. Hartwell, he's part of our teammate too. So it's a strong team. We're getting better each and every week, and without Larry, it's hard to get out here and try to do these races thinking about him until he comes back. But guys, I appreciate it tonight. Thanks for the broadcast, and we'll see you guys next week. Next week we're going to the new Atlanta, so it's going to be interesting. And then we're going to take off a couple of weeks, and then we'll be back at it.
Awesome. So next week is an exhibition race at the new Atlanta or the newer reconfiguration Atlanta. So that'll be fun. Great to see. And then in a couple of weeks, we will have the season 9 of the SRU Truck Series. Who was the season 8 champion of this little short season here?
Well, it's to be determined. Next week
Oh, okay,
we'll
Tim.
have the final results on that. I
Ten four,
hadn't even had a
Jason.
chance to look at the points, so we'll have all that, guys, next week for you. So hopefully it's a close show between first, second, third. We'll see.
All right, Jason. Well, see you next week, man.
Yes, sir. Have a good one. Thank you.
You too. Phil.
Hey,
Hey, Philip. So you were able to charge up into second and almost got Kyle a couple of times diving into turn 3, but just couldn't quite get your nose underneath him. You were able to hold off Jason back there in the 24 machine. Just tell us about that restart there.
it was a great restart. He, almost every leader was getting quite the launch. I don't know how they were doing it, but I, yeah, I don't know. It was pretty good. I know I got by him on the inside, and then he almost had it back on the inside, and like I managed to maintain it on the high side, but I was really trying to catch up to that 13. It was like hard to explain.
Yes, Ricky Bobby here in the booth with us. I mean, Philip
I don't know what
Bridgman.
to do with my hands, you know?
Yep, just don't know what to do with those hands. Anyway, Ricky, I mean, Philip, how would you uh, assess the racing overall tonight? We kind of already got a little bit from you earlier, but
Yeah, I thought it was great. Like the close racing, the battling, like nonstop. It was a lot of fun.
we heard from Jason Adams just a moment ago that next week there's going to be an exhibition race at the reconfigured Atlanta Motor Speedway for the SRU Truck Series competitors. So, how do you feel about that, Phil?
That's gonna be a ton of fun. That's a great track.
Well, I love your little short answers. They're always so nice. So, Phil, how would you assess all of the racing in this little short season of the SRU series here of season 8?
Um, I guess like it's been really good for the most part. Like I've had my rough moments here and there in it, but it's been it's been really good. Like everyone's great drivers. Like there hasn't really been any issues there. I'm not too sure what happened a bit earlier in the race. I know there might have been some beef.
Well, you're always on top of that. We do know for sure. Um, Anything else you'd like to add about the race, or maybe give some shout outs or what have yous?
Yeah. Well, you guys know the drill. Buck underscore NR, he's a savage.
Oh god.
Queen Death, Stinker Buns. They're all savages.
Right on, indeed.
Oh, can't forget Boomstick Mafia too. He's a badass streamer out there.
Oh my god. Go
Um,
boom.
did you think perhaps of maybe trying to fake uh, Kyle Heath out as far as maybe looking to the inside, but then using the high side at all?
I was really trying it, but like uh, I know like a couple times I thought I was gonna have the run to the inside and I was gonna be able to get the inside, but then when he came down and I had to really hit the brakes or it would have just turned ugly, you know?
Indeed,
I
indeed. I
should have
saw
been
that
trying
a
to shoot to
couple of
the high
times.
side when it happened, but I don't know. Just on the spot thinking I didn't want to wreck myself, trying to shoot into the
Indeed.
wall almost.
Congratulations, nevertheless, on the second place finishing order tonight. Great to see. Good run for you. Um, yeah, Phil, pretty much answered all of my questions. I know Brian doesn't really have any for you, so we
Oh,
can get you back on your merry way.
Appreciate it.
You're
right
welcome,
on,
bud.
right on. Awesome job, buddy. P2, P2, P2.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Looking
Ain't
forward
nothing wrong
to
with second place.
another eight. A
Is
good
that a
podium.
plane?
That's a bird. Um,
No,
and
it's a. There was a plane.
anyway,
I didn't
good
know they
job.
had planes in iRacing.
Probably, but
That was a plane. I just saw a plane.
oh, okay. Anyway, good job. We'll go ahead and get you back, and awesome deal.
Hell yeah.
All right. One last time, we'll show you guys the overall standings here. As you see there, only 13 competitors tonight, which nothing wrong with that. It's always good. Um, by the way, before I let Will do his thing, I gotta thank the guy who allows us to use the cameras. Oh, trackcams22.com, cheap cameras. Go buy a package from him. You will be very satisfied. He does great work. Single guy. He does his own with everything. He has cameras for oval, road, and dirt. So that's what I got to say. Will, we'll have you close it off.
Well, congratulations to all the competitors tonight to race here at Kentucky. Uh, looking forward to next week, that exhibition race at Atlanta that Jason kind of surprised us with there. And also thoughts, prayers, uh, everything else that you could think of going out to Larry Blair and his family and everyone else misplaced or just, you know, just their lives turned upside down by the flooding recently up in Kentucky. So um, keep all of that in your thoughts and prayers.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
uh, hopefully everybody can tune in tomorrow night for the B&R Cup Series. That'll be a sight to see for sure as they take on Watkins Glen. But hopefully everybody enjoyed themselves with this race here at Kentucky. It was a fantastic one to boot. And good night and